Drum Island is such a roller coaster. It features some really emotionally impactful scenes, but then some really kick-ass fight sequences. I felt like I was getting whiplash. I already covered up to chapter 142 in my previous video, so if you haven't, go watch that and then come back to this. And then I'm picking right back up in the throes of Chopper's back. One of the things I love about some of Oda's villains is their potential for good under the right circumstances or influence, and I feel like Dr. Hiruluk is the personification of that potential. We learned that he was a thief at some point in his life, which like he must have been a pirate at some point, right? Watching his and Chopper's backstory is heart-wrenching, but as sad as it was to see that the mushroom that Chopper went through hell and high water to attain for him wasn't actually a miracle cure, but poison, it was actually kind of nice to see Dr. Hiruluk go out on his own terms and still fighting for what he believed in. And in a way, that mushroom was kind of like medicine for the people because I feel like Dr. Hiruluk's actions are the spark that helped to change Dalton's perspective, which thought is alive. Thank Oda. I'm a fantasy girl at heart and I love rich world building and diving into magic systems. And I'm still trying to figure out how the One Piece power system works. And by that, I do not mean power scaling. I just mean the actual rules around the power system. I got a little glimpse of it this week when we were learning more about Chopper's like stages of transformation and how he was able to somehow access 7 versus the typical 3. I'm also curious if Chopper is going to help Luffy access stages of transformation because I feel like Luffy gets all like muscly whenever he's fighting, and I never put 2 and 2 together that that was a transformation due to the Gum Gum fruit. So I'm curious to see. The ending of the Drum Island arc packed such a punch. Dr. Kureha throwing the pink snowflakes symbolizing cherry blossoms and the kingdom's newfound freedom was so beautiful. And I think I'm going to record a whole video just talking about Dr. Kureha because I think she's such a fascinating character. And as the Straw Hats sail away, she reveals her connection to Roger and that he was once known as Gol D. Roger. And once again alludes to Luffy and the Straw Hats somehow fulfilling his dream or vision. I have a theory. I think that Dr. Kureha and Crocus were both part of Roger's pirate crew, and that as we make our way through the Grand Line, we're going to slowly meet these different characters that were once a part of his pirate crew. I don't know. That's my take. And I finally met Ace. I don't know much about him, but I do know he's an important character. I have a theory as to how he's connected to Luffy, but I don't want to share because I'm afraid that I'm going to say something that's going to trigger comments, and I don't want any spoilers. But Alabasta is like gearing up to be like the first Avengers arc of the Grand Line, and I'm excited.